Hey everyone, it's me Jenny and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this very easy round bag. This is over the shoulder bag, and for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this bag. Okay, so for this is a child size actually, but for the main part, it is 7 inches from here to here, and these two are the same size, even though this looks slightly bigger because of the extra accessory right here, which is the fringe, but they are actually the same size. Okay, so this is a child size, as I mentioned, because I'm making this for my niece. And for the string right here, this is 47 inches long, and this is longer. If you watch earlier of this video, at the mannequin, this is that's how long it is. It reached the hip area. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. Okay, so for this bag, the yarn that I use is this Peaches and Cream. It is 100% cotton, medium weight yarn number 4, and the colorway is Sunshine, and it is 70.9 gram or 2.5 ounce. The yardage is 120 yards or 109 meters. So one skein of this enough to make the whole bag, including the the sling or the string for the bag. And you also need few amounts of tiny, smaller yarn, or you can use thread, because we're going to use this to sew the felt together, or you can use the same cotton yarn if you want, but for me, using smaller yarn, it's easier to sew the felt. Okay, you also need 12 by 9 felt, or you can use fabric if you want. For the crochet hook, 4.5 millimeter. Okay, you also need needle to sew the felt and also 2 weaving ends, button, and scissor. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to crochet this 5 round double crochet circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all using double crochet stitch, and the measurement is roughly about 7 inches, almost 7 inches, and you're going to make 2 of these. So one's going to be the front and one is going to be the back. Okay, now we're going to start by making a loose knot or a magic ring, whichever way that you prefer. So this is how I normally do: twist the yarn and hold it right there, hook into this loop, yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop. Okay, so we made a loose knot here, or a magic ring. It's the same. If I pull this, it will close the ring. Okay, now we're going to start round 1. So we start with chain 2, 1, 2, and this chain 2 does not count as the stitch count. So now for round 1, we're going to make 12 double crochet into this ring at the center. Okay, so as I mentioned, this chain 2 does not count as the stitch count. So this is going to be the first double crochet. 1, and we're going to make total of 12 double crochet. 2, 3, 4. Okay, once you're done with round 1, you made total of 12 double crochet. Now we're going to close this hole at the center by pulling this tail. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. Okay, so this is the first double crochet, and we're going to slip stitch on top of it. Okay, so done with round 1. Now we're going to start round 2. Round 2, we're going to start with chain 2, 1, 2, and this chain 2 does not count as a stitch count. So now we're going to make 2 double crochet into every stitch. Okay, so we're going to start in this first stitch. It is the same stitch where we did the slip stitch. So we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. So we're going to make 2 double crochet next stitch, 1 and 2. I'm going to repeat, make 2 double crochet into every stitch. Okay, so go ahead and finish up round 2, and I'll meet you at the very last stitch right here. Now once you're done with round 2, you should have total of 24 stitches around. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to start round 3. So for round 3, we're going to start with chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. So the first 2 stitch is, the first 2 chain count as double crochet, and the third chain is count as chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to make 1 double crochet into the second stitch. So we're going to skip the first stitch right here, and we're going to make double crochet, 1 double crochet into the second stitch. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Chain 3 and 1 double crochet at the second stitch. We skip this first stitch right here. So now we're going to chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now chain 1 and double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to repeat the same, chain 1 and 1 double crochet in the next stitch until we reach the very last stitch right here, and I'm going to show you where to slip stitch. Okay, so go ahead and finish up. I'll see you once you're done. Okay, so once you crochet until the very last stitch, you made the last double crochet at the very last stitch. Now we're going to finish up. So we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to slip stitch at the second chain, 1, 2. Okay, just slip stitch and now we're done with round 3. So round 3, this is how it looks like. So now for round 4, we're going to start with chain 2, 1, 2, and this chain 2 does not count as stitch count. So now we're going to make 1 double crochet into this chain 1 space, 1 double crochet. Now make 1 double crochet on top of this double crochet stitch. Okay, now 1 double crochet in this chain 1 and 1 double crochet on the double crochet stitch. Okay, so we're going to repeat until you reach the very last chain right here, the chain 1 space. You're going to make 1 double crochet into this chain 1 space. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is you make 1 double crochet in the chain 1 and 1 double crochet on the double crochet stitch. Okay, so go ahead and finish up, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Now once you're done with round 4, you should have total of 47 stitches around, 47 double crochet. Now we're going to finish up around 4 by slip stitch into the first double crochet right here, Now we're going to do the last round, round 5. Round 5, we're going to start with chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and 2 double crochet at the next stitch. Okay, so at the first stitch right here, we're going to make 1 double crochet, 1 and 2. So at the third stitch, we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Now we're going to repeat 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and 2 double crochet next stitch. 1 and 2 and 2 double crochet next stitch. 1 and 2. Okay, so you're going to repeat this sequence, 2 double crochet and 2 double crochet next stitch, until you have 2 stitch left, and we're going to make 2 double crochet right here, 1 double crochet here and 1 double crochet right here. Okay, so just go ahead and finish up 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet at the next stitch until you reach right this 2 stitch before the end of the round. Okay, so I'll see you once you're done. Okay, so once you crochet until you have 2 stitch left, now we're going to make 1 double crochet right here and 1 double crochet right here. 1 and 2. So for round 5, you should have total of 62 stitches around. So we're going to finish up by slip stitch into the first double crochet, chain 1 to secure stitches, and cut the yarn. Okay, so we're done with one of the circle. Now what you're gonna do is you're going to do one more exact same pattern, and I'll see you once you're done. Okay, so once you made both circles, now you need to weave these ends in before we do the next step. So grab your needle and weave in the ends. Okay, so once you weave in the ends, so you weave these ends right here, and it is also important for you to weave in the tails at the center, because sometimes the center will easily be unraveled. Okay, so you weave right here the tail and the one right here. Okay, so now we're going to put this aside. Next, I'm going to show you how to make the flap right here, this part. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so to make the flap, we're going to start with a slip knot, and now we're going to chain 15, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so row 1 for the flap, we're going to start by making 12 double crochet, and we're going to start from the third chain from the crochet hook. So this is the first chain, second chain, and this is the third chain. Okay, so we're going to make 12 double crochet, and we're going to stop exactly right here, just one chain before the last chain. Okay, make 12 double crochet. 1, 2, and 12. Okay, so once you made 12 double crochet, so at this very last chain right here, this is where we're going to do the buttonhole. So at this very last chain, we're going to make 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Okay, so we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, Next we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and again in the same chain we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, so this is how it looks like. 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet all into the same chain, the very last chain. Okay, so next we're going to make 12 double crochet starting at this chain all the way back to this chain. We're going to make 12 double crochet. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, and lastly right here, and 12. Okay, so we're done with row 1. So for row 1 you should have total of 28 stitches and chain 2 right here. So there's there's 14 stitches from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and chain 2 we do not count this chain 2 as the stitch count. So at this side we have 14 stitches, so total 28 stitches. So now, okay, now we're going to start row 2. We're going to start with chain 2, 1, 2, turn the work. Now we're going to make 12 double crochet starting from this first stitch right here. 12 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So once you make 12 double crochet, next we're going to make 2 double crochet in the next stitch and 2 double crochet at the next stitch. So at this next stitch we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1, 2. So next stitch we're going to make 2 double crochet as well, 1 and 2. So next in this chain 2 we're going to make 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so at this next stitch we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1, 2. Next stitch we're going to make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. So next we're going to make 12 double crochet from this stitch right here, the next stitch all the way till the very last stitch. 12 double crochet, 1, 2. Okay, so once you're done, you made 12 double crochet. So we're done with the flap. Now chain 1 to secure stitches and cut the yarn. Just cut enough for you because we're going to use this tail to sew the flap to the bag. So just leave it about maybe 5, 10, 12 inch or 15 inch and cut the yarn, and this is how it looks like, and the button is going to go in here. Okay, so we're going to put this aside together with the 2 circle. Now I'm going to show you how to how to make this braided string. Okay, so basically we're going to make 3 very long chain and we're going to braid it together. And yeah, okay, so next you're going to make a very long chain. You're going to make 3 of these. This is 47 inches long. Okay, you can make this longer if you want to or shorter. It really depends on your preference, but this is 47 inches. Okay, so I've made one, and now I'm going to make 3 more to complete 3 chain to make a braid. Okay, so you go ahead and make 3 chains 47 inch or longer, and I'll see you once you're done. Okay, so once you made 3 very long chain 47 inches or longer, I'm going to just put this aside. So the construction for this bag is we're going to do the lining. So we're going to single crochet both pieces together, and after we single crochet both pieces together, we're going to put this chain in here before we put the lining. Okay, so all these 2 circles, the flap and the string, this chain, we're just going to put it aside, and now we're going to do the lining for the bag. Okay, to do the lining, what I normally do, so this is felt, as I mentioned, 12 by 9. You can use fabric if you want to, and fold it to half, and we're going to place the felt on top of the circle, and it will come out smaller. That's what we want. As you can see, there's about half an inch here, half an inch here, and we're going to do the circle half inch smaller than the circle, because we do not want, if we make the lining bigger, that means it will stretch the fabric and it will look sagging. So for the lining, we're going to make half inch smaller than the circle. Okay, so go ahead and trace your circle and cut half inch, and then I'm gonna show you how to sew both pieces together. Okay, right here I cut off 2 pieces. As you can see, this is not circle because there's flat here and flat on the top, but as I mentioned, we want to make the lining half inch smaller than the circle, the crochet circle. So what I normally do is I just estimate and cut half inch around. Okay, so once you cut both pieces, now we're going to sew these 2 pieces together, and we're just going to leave opening about this much. Okay, so it's not half, but it's about this much opening. Okay, so we're going to start right here and right here. Okay, so this is the opening, so you're going to sew from here all the way to here. You can use sewing machine if you want to, or you can just use a yarn. This is a thinner yarn, and just use a needle to do it manually. Okay, so once you sew both pieces together and you leave this much opening, also you need to weave in ends. Make a slip knot first before you weave in ends. Okay, I already did here. I made a slip knot and weave in ends, and this is how it looks like inside part. Okay, now we're going to put this aside, and we're going to grab the 2 crochet circle. As you can see right here, I mark with scrap yarn. So we're going to crochet both pieces together from this stitch to this stitch. Okay, so before you crochet, make sure we crochet this side. The right side should be facing out. Okay, and this should be facing in. So right here, this one is going to be the opening, and you should have 22 stitches. Okay, starting from here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. Okay, so from this point until this point, it's total of 40 stitches. So we're going to crochet these 2 pieces together and make sure the right side is facing out. So grab yarn and using the same crochet hook size, 5mm, and we're just going to crochet both pieces together, starting right here. Alright, chain 1, and now we're going to line up the stitch together and make sure you crochet all stitch together. Okay, you're going to make total of 40 stitches, 40 single crochet. Okay, so go ahead and finish up, and I'll see you at this end. Okay, so once you crochet all 40 stitches until the mark right here, we're going to chain 1 to secure stitches and cut the yarn and pull the yarn. And now we're going to weave in these ends. Okay, it's important for you to weave in ends all the time before we put in the lining. Okay, so once you're done with that part, okay, so the next step is we're going to sew the button at the center right here. So just grab the same yarn and just sew it in. It doesn't matter which part, this part or this part, because both part looks the same. The only difference is that the single crochet, which we join both pieces together, this is the right side, which is, it looks nicer, and the back, this is how it looks like. Okay, so I will choose this as the front of the bag. Okay, so once you're done with this part, next we're going to do the string for the bag. So we grab all 3 chain and we're going to insert it at one side, and we're going to braid, and we're going to insert the other end at this side. Okay, so we're going to pull from the inside of the bag. So now, as you can see, my hook is at the front piece. So So we're going to pull in, just pull a little bit, that much, and we're going to grab another chain and we're going to pull it from the back piece. Okay, so we're going to insert it exactly where we start the single crochet, where we join both pieces together. So right there, and one more, the third chain is just at the center between these two pieces. Just insert the hook right there and grab the third chain, the third long chain string in here. Alright, okay, as you can see we have all 3 ends. Okay, so now we're going to make a knot on all 3 chain. Okay, just twist the yarn and pull it in. Pull it real strong. Okay, so now we're just going to leave this in here because we're going to put this in there and you won't be able to see that knot inside. Okay, so now we're going to do the braid. So just going to get something heavy to support it and just do the braid. Okay, so once you braid all 3 chain together, now you have this much left. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same exact as this part right here. We're going to take 1 chain from the front piece, one chain from the back piece, and 1 chain from the center. Okay, now we're going to tie them together. Now you can cut this tail if you want to, just cut that much, and you can cut this tail as well. Okay, so once you're done with the braided string, this is how it looks like. Okay, the knot is inside. Just leave it in there because it won't show once we sew in the felt. Okay, so for this part we're just going to slide it in. And we're going to sew 1 piece right here and 1 piece right there. Okay, so we're going to start from this end and grab your yarn and needle. Right here I use thinner yarn and at almost the same color. Okay, so once you sew one side of the bag, do not cut the yarn because you're going to use the same yarn, this yarn, to continue at the other side. Okay, so once you reach at this corner, at this side, you're just going to pull together all the yarn right there. Okay, as you can see, I just sewed the felt to the edge, to this side of the bag. Now I'm just going to continue sewing the rest of the felt until this end. Okay, so I'll see you once it's done. Okay, so once you reach the end right here, just make sure you really secure your stitches and make a knot or 2 knots to secure. Okay, I make 1 and I'm going to make the second knot. The second knot is going to be on top of the first knot. Okay, so now we're just going to weave in the yarn one side and reverse it back. Okay, you can weave in however way that you prefer. I'm sure most of you have your own way to weave in ends, but this is how I normally do it. Okay, so we're done with this part. That's how it looks like inside. Now, okay, so we're almost done. We only need to attach this flap. So this is the front where the button is, and the flap is going to be at the back right here. Okay, so we're going to sew this just right here at round 1, 2, 3, at round 4. We're going to sew it at the middle of round 4. Okay, so grab your needle and we're going to sew it right here at round 4. So you're just going to eyeball where's the center. So this is right here and the center is right here, and we're going to just double check. Okay, so there you have it. This is how I crochet this very easy round purse, and I do hope you find this tutorial easy to follow. If you have any question, leave your question at the comment section down below. I will try my very best to reply. Hit the thumbs up button, the like button if you like this video, share this video with your fellow crochet friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. That way you won't miss any of my future uploads. Okay, and also don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook and Instagram. I am more active at Instagram. Okay, so for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care everyone. God bless and bye.